for we talked about this yesterday. Welcome back for day 11 of our 12 days of crochet mischief. I guess I am quite proud of myself. So let's get straight into it. Our clue for today is that the garbage can that can keep these fellows out but still let people in has not yet been invented. And I think that clue is pretty obvious, but let's open the box and see if you guys guessed it correctly. Hello, buddy. Rawr. And we are, of course, making a chunky little American black bear. And the clue is in reference to a quote that I believe has been attributed to like a Yellowstone Park ranger. And I'm going to read the quote. It's that there is considerable overlap between the intelligence of the smartest bears and the dumbest tourists, which is just, I don't know, there's something about that fills me with fiendish glee. So we're making little black bears today. This pattern is going to take you about 35 minutes start to finish. And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video for a clue as to who we're making for day 12. Our final day, the last day of the 12 days of crochet, and then it goes away again for a whole year. Okay, let's talk about the bare necessities. So to make your little pudding pop of a bear here, boop, you're going to need 8-ply 100% acrylic yarn in 2 colors. So you're going to need a black, and I'm going to be using charcoal for that purpose. And you're going to need like a sunny gold or brown color. And I would like to add that you can absolutely use the same color that we used for the rat, the goats, and the walrus for this. But I have the luxury of using another color, and so I am choosing to. You're also going to need a 3.5mm hook, scissors, some stuffing. I am choosing to sew eyes and a nose onto him today, so I'm going to need a scrap amount of actual black yarn and a needle, as well as a couple of stitch markers or bobby pins. And I do recommend having 2 of them available to you today, just because they do have a specific purpose around making the ears, as opposed to just marking the end of the row. But that's it. Just a little reminder, I'm using charcoal on screen just because it shows up nicer on camera. I think you can see the stitches easier than if I was using straight up black, but I'm going to be referring to this as black. So make of that what you will. Okay, so to start our little bear today, I'm going to grab my brown. So we're going to start today with a magic ring of 5 in our brown. So basically we're just starting at the very tip of that nose. Like so. Row 2 is then 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, an increase, and 2 single crochet back to the start of our round. So you should have 6 stitches around in total. And row 3 is 6 single crochet, changing to our black in the 6th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in the next stitch we're working our color change. This is the only color change for this entire pattern. All you do is insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop of your brown, hold it out of the way, grab your black and pinch it at the base of the stitch on the inside of the work, yarn over and pull it through both loops on your hook, and then just pull on your brown to tuck that stitch down. And it'll leave you with a single crochet in your brown, but your black is now on your hook, ready to go. Okay, so I am going to tie our 2 ends together just to lock in that color change and trim off our brown. We are done with it. Okay, carrying on in our black, we're going to work row 4, which is 2 single crochet, 1, 2, 2 increases, 1 and 2, and 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. And at this point we are up to 8 stitches in our round. Row 5 is a single crochet, 3 single crochet into the same stitch, and that's 3, an increase, 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, an increase, 3 single crochet into the same stitch, and a single crochet into the last stitch of our round. leaving you with 14 stitches in a funny little oblong. Row 6 is then 2 repeats of a single crochet and 3 single crochet into the same stitch. So that's 1, and we're doing it again. Single crochet and 3 single crochet into the same stitch. It's then 2 repeats of a single crochet, an increase, and a single crochet. So that's 1, and we're doing it again. Single crochet, increase, and a single crochet, and that's 2. And finally for this row, 2 repeats of 3 single crochet into the same stitch, and a single crochet. So that's 1, 3 single crochet into the same stitch, and a single crochet, and that is 2, and we should be up to 24 stitches in our round now. In the next row, we're going to be making his cute little ears. So we're going to start with 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. A single crochet 3 together, and that is just a decrease worked over 3 stitches, and there's 2 ways to work those. There's the standard way, which is insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and repeat that for 3 stitches in total along the base till you have 4 loops on your hook, and yarn over and pull through all 4. So that is a perfectly legitimate way to do a single crochet 3 together. I have a soft spot for the invisible method, which is just where you pick up the front loops of the 3 stitches you're decreasing over, yarn over and pull up a loop through all 3, leaving you with just 2 loops on your hook, and you yarn over and pull through those 2. So I will be doing invisible for most of this pattern, but either method will work. And then it is 3 more single crochet, 1, 2, 3. And in the next stitch, we're going to be building a little ear. So I would like you to grab one of your stitch markers, and looking down at the next stitch, I want you to identify the front loop and the back loop. So we're going to mark the back loop of that stitch. That'll be relevant in the next row. And into the front loop, we are going to work 5 single crochet. And so that all 5 of those is falling in that same loop. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's the start of one little ear. Then it's 4 single crochet across the top of the head. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Grab a second marker and mark the back loop of the next stitch. And all into the same front loop, work 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it's just 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. A single crochet 3 together. And 3 single crochet back to the start of our round. Have you been in the trash again? Oh, you've been in the trash again. Alrighty, if you're using safety eyes, now is the time for you to pop them in, and you should plonk them in just on either side of the snout there. Okay, heading into row 8, we're going to start with 3 increases. 1, 2, 3, then a single crochet 3 together. So that's forming one chubby little cheek. Then we're going to be doing a single crochet 3 together using the marked back loop and skipping the stitches of the ear. Now that sounds way more complicated than it actually is. All we're going to do is insert our hook into the first stitch. All we're going to do is insert our hook into the last stitch before the ear, yarn over and pull up a loop, fold the ear forward, insert our hook into the marked back loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, then identify the first single crochet after the ear, insert our hook into it, yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 4 loops in total on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 4. So that is a standard single crochet 3 together, falling behind the ear, allowing it to Stay extremely attentive for listening for garbage cans and snacks. And you can pop that marker out now. It is then 2 single crochet across the head, 1 and 2. Then we're going to do a single crochet 3 together, skipping the stitches of the ear and using the marked back loop instead. Again, so it's 1 stitch before the ear, 1 stitch behind the ear, and 1 stitch after the ear, like so, and finish the stitch and pop the marker out. 2 little ears. To finish the row, it's then just a single crochet 3 together, and then 3 more increases. 1, 2, and 3. And that should leave you with 18 stitches in your round. Rawr. In row 9, we're going to start building the front legs. So we have 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. Get out of there. It serves you right. Then 5 single crochet all into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 12 single crochet around. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. 5 single crochet all into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 2 single crochet back to the start of our round. 1 and 2. So you should have 26 stitches in your round. Row 10 starts with 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. 5 single crochet all into the same stitch, and do keep in mind that that is not centered in the middle of the 5 single crochet from the previous round. (18) single crochet around to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 16, 17, and 18. 5 single crochet all into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 3 single crochet back to the start of the round. 1, 2, 3. I'm choosing to ignore the chaos in the corner of the screen right now. Row 11 starts with 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 single crochet all into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 9 single crochet around. 1, 2, 8, and 9. 2 decreases. 1 and 2. 9 more single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9. 5 single crochet all into the same stitch. And 5 single crochet back to the start of our round. Okay, there we go. So that is 40 stitches around, and that's a lot. This is what we currently look like. We have a head that's kind of sticking out at a weird angle. We have a couple of arms sticking out at a kind of a weird angle, but the bear is emerging from the portal. When they're at this stage, it just always looks like a portal. So heading into row 12, we're going to start with 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, a single crochet 3 together, then we're going to skip 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 6th stitch from our hook is the next stitch we're working into, And we're going to work 7 single crochet up the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're then going to work a decrease, 2 single crochet, and a decrease, 7 single crochet down the side, 1, 2, 6, and 7. And we're skipping the next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the 6th stitch from our hook is the next one we're inserting our hook into, and we're going to be working a single crochet 3 together. That's a little bit fiddly to do the invisible way, so please just use the standard way if it's easier for you. And then 2 single crochet back to the start of our round. 1 and 2. So now he's happy and he knows it claps his paws. Clap, clap. Let's maintain momentum. We're getting there. Row 13 starts with 2 single crochet, 1 and 2. A single crochet 3 together. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. An increase. And 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Single crochet 3 together, and 2 single crochet back to the start. 1 and 2. So all of those stitches should be working to like pull those arms in towards the middle, like so. And we're actually going to start forming the back legs now. So row 14 starts with 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 5 single crochet all into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 15 single crochet around. 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, and 15. Then 5 single crochet all into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a single crochet back to the start of our round. There we go. So you can start to see where the back legs are going to fall. Row 15 and row 16 are both very similar to that as well. So row 15 is 5 single crochet, 5 single crochet all into the same stitch, 19 single crochet around, 17, 18, and 19, 5 single crochet all into the same stitch, and 3 single crochet back to the start, which will bring us up to 37 stitches around, and row 16 is just 7 single crochet, 5 single crochet all into the same stitch, 23 single crochet around, 2, 3, 21, 22, 23, 5 single crochet all into the same stitch, 1, and then 5 single crochet back to the start of our round, bringing us up to 45 stitches. So we have our triangle of doom to form the back legs, as well as a cute little booty forming. And we have just 4 rows to go. So row 17 starts with 5 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. then a single crochet 3 together, 2, 3. We're going to skip the next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 6th stitch from our hook is the next one we're working into, and we're going to work 7 single crochet up the side. 1, 2, 6, and 7. Then a decrease, 3 single crochet, and a decrease, 7 more single crochet, 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. Skip the next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and work a single crochet 3 together. Then it's just 3 single crochet back to the start of our round. 1, 2, 3. So we have 2 little pawsies now. Kickers, fiendish little kickers. Feet, they're feet. And in row 18, we're going to start with 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to skip 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 7th stitch from our hook is the next one we're working into. And we're going to work 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Decrease, single crochet, decrease, 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip the next 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and single crochet into the final stitch of the round. So that's just forming up the last of those little back legs. And we're going to take a moment now and just stuff our bear, because we haven't done that at all yet. Rawr. So for this particular pattern, you're going to want to make sure you get some stuffing into each of his cheeks, because we put the effort into shaping them. The only way you're going to see them is if you stuff them specifically. Other than that, just shove some stuffing in there. You don't really want the front arms to be overly stuffed. You don't really want much stuffing in the legs either. And with your bear nice and stuffed, we're going to work the final 2 rows. So row 19 is a single crochet, a single crochet 3 together, a decrease, and 3 single crochet, 2, 3. Now that's bringing us to the center of the back, and that's relevant because we're about to make a little tail. So I want you to grab one of your stitch markers. I'm just going to reuse this one and mark the back loop of the next stitch around. And then working in just the front loop, we're going to put 3 single crochet all into that front loop. 1, 2, 3, so that's his little tail, then 2 single crochet and a single crochet 3 together. There we go. And now for the final round, last chance to add any stuffing if you'd like to. We're going to work 3 decreases, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to skip the stitches of the tail and instead work a single crochet into that marked back loop, which you can, if you're using a bobby pin, you can full on just like pull it up so you can access it a little bit more easily. I do love me my bobby pins. So skipping those 3 stitches of the tail and work a decrease and a single crochet and finish off. Alrighty, so at this point he's done, but he's barely done. So we need to just do some finishing details to him. So the first is he has a hole. Let's weave our yarn through the front loops only of each of the stitches around that hole. Get him all ready for hibernation. Do black bears hibernate? I actually don't know. Pull it tight to close. Then we're going to weave that away inside. All tucked away. Cute little tail. So next, I'm going to add just a little bit of stuffing to one of these legs to balance it out with the other one. That's just a preference thing. One was just a little bit more stuffed than the other, so I'm balancing that now. And I'm going to take a large plastic needle, though you could pretty easily do this with your hook as well, and some of my black. And we're going to lace up the back of these legs the same way we've been doing for, what, 11 days now? So let me just anchor my yarn in here. So what we're going to do is, ignoring the foot, which is at the end, we have these 3 pairs of stitches along each leg, and we're just going to use the front loops of those stitches to close off each of those openings. It's 1, 2, and I think it's just that one. 3. Leaving the foot turned out, then down through the middle and out at the base, across to the other little opening. Find my 3 pairs of stitches, and matching pairs of stitches is just going to help everything sort of sit lined up and not get like pulled crooked or anything. 2 and 3. So that's that done. So now I just need to add some finishing details to the face, and I'm just pinching these arms to help them sit right as well. You could easily sew those down to the body if you wanted. I'm going to leave mine loose, but you do pinch the arms to get any stuffing back out of them. So now I am choosing to sew on my face, so I'm going to take a little bit of my black yarn, and just on either side of the snout I'm going to sew a little black dot and then a little white dot on top. Then I'm just going to use the magic ring as a guide here to sew on a nose as well. There we go. And there is our finished little black bear. All ready for day 12. You gonna share that, buddy? Aw, good sharing. There we are. It's a bear hug. So there is our day 11 done. I hope you had fun making little roly-poly bears with me today. Because yeah, I think he's just a good little bean. Yep. I know what you're waiting for. You want a clue as to who we're making on the final day of this event. So day 12 has made this list because it has apparently got a soft spot for beer and wine, tends to not mind stealing it from the nearby humans, drinking it all, and then has been spotted passed out in their gardens. So if you think you know the animal I'm talking about, leave your guesses in the comment section down below, and I will let you know tomorrow in a pinned comment how many of you guessed correctly. And yeah, I hope to see you there for our final day. Okay, bye.